Alright, Shalom, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. Give all honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to my YAHAWAH who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakub coming at you with another lesson. Slakia. Bear with me. Alright, so, today's lesson is going to be about, applying the wisdom and knowledge that we get in this truth, alright? Applying the wisdom and knowledge that we get in this truth, okay? So, the Lord gave us the gift of wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the prophecies, what's going to happen, down the line in the coming Yahawadah in these coming end times, all right, with all the prophecy that's going on, all right. Let me actually get a precept. Bear with me, Slakia. I believe it's 2 Peter. So 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 10, wherefore the brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure, for if ye do these things, ye shall never fall. Alright? So the thing is, that we were blessed, alright, we were blessed with the wisdom and knowledge. The Lord chose us out of all the people in the world. All right, let's see. Let me get that as a matter of fact. John chapter 15, verse 16. John chapter 15 verse 16, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you. Alright, so the Lord chose us, okay? The Lord picked us out of everyone in the world. If you're able to receive this truth, if you're able to, understand and comprehend the mercy, the word of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, alright? And that means that the Lord is dealing with you. Alright? That means that the Lord is dealing with you. So, what does that mean for the rest of Slakia? So as a result of the Lord dealing with you, you have to make sure that you're putting his word to good use. Alright? You're putting his word to good use. You're making sure that you're being diligent. You're being aware of implementing the wisdom and knowledge that the Lord has blessed you with, okay? As well as utilizing that in your life to help us maneuver through Babylon. All right. And what the thing is. As said in 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 10, if you are implementing it in your life, you're actually putting the wisdom and knowledge into practice, all right, then it says that you won't fall away. And as a matter of fact, funnily enough, one of the elders, all right, had done a lesson, okay, on the elders channel. I believe it was Elder Apostle Rhyme Lab. I could be mistaken, but anyway, one of the elders had said that if you are implementing this wisdom and knowledge in your life, then it's going to be impossible for you to fall out. Okay, you have to not only be on fire, but you have to also be an honest worker in this truth. All right? Implement everything that you learn. When you see, the scriptures say, do this, do that. All right? You have to actually do it. You can't. You have to. Let me get that as a matter of fact. All right? James chapter 1 verse 22, but be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. Okay? The only person that you're deceiving is yourself if you're not going to implement this gospel, implement the word of Yahweh in your daily lives. All right? Yeah, so one of the things is like, okay, yeah, you know that you have to keep the Sabbath, okay? So make a wake up to be able to keep the Sabbath. You have to stop drinking this soda, stop eating these poison foods and all that, all right? Stop eating pork or whatever, okay? Then make the effort to do that. You can't just say, that's one thing. I can't come out here and say, hey, don't eat pork, and then immediately, right after I'm done with this lesson, I go to freaking any fast food restaurant and order, hey, give me a bacon double cheeseburger. All right, that's off. That's being a hypocrite. All right. Let's see what the scripture says about hypocrites. All right. Matthew chapter 7 verse 5, thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye. So how are you going to tell someone, all right, not to do this, not to do that, when you're doing the exact same thing? All right? Let me also get this. Matthew chapter 24, verse 50, the Lord and of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. All right. So what's waiting for the hypocrites? A terrible judgment, and they're going to be, you've heard of, gnashing your teeth, how, when people get so angry, so mad, whatever, and they're like gnashing their teeth, like that, all right, that's exactly how they're going to be, because they went off. They know they weren't supposed to be doing, what they were doing, all right, but they went after their own lusts, all right, and that's a big thing for us. Being able to remember the words of the Lord, right? As a matter of fact, just last night, I got an opportunity. The Lord gave me an opportunity to implement, His practices. Okay, so not to make this story too long, but basically, long story short, I felt like I felt like a demon had jumped on me. That had grabbed my face, grabbed my eyes or whatever, all right? And, I got scared. I'm not gonna lie, I got scared. But the thing was, when I was scared, I wasn't scared to the point where I lost my sense of reason, my sense of my senses, all right? Or I was immobilized with fear. No, I was scared, yeah, but at the same time, I still had to do what I had to do, all right? So immediately, I remembered, I called on the name of the Lord, YAHAWASHI and Yahawadah, okay? I prayed, what's it called? I put on some harp music, all right? Because let me actually get that, as a matter of fact, just so I can remember everything and stay on track. 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 14. But the Spirit of the Lord departed from Saul, and an evil spirit from the Lord troubled him. And Saul's servants said unto him, Behold, now an evil spirit from Yahawah troubleth thee. Let our Lord now command thy servants, which are before thee, to seek out a man who is a cunning player on an harp. And it shall come to pass, when the evil spirit from Yahawah is upon thee, that he shall play with his hand, and thou shalt be well. All right, so that's what happened. So Saul, all right, he had the spirit of Yahawadah left him, all right, and then an evil spirit, the Lord replaced him with an evil spirit, okay, to vex him, and then his servants had noticed that you're being a demon right now, all right. Let us go get someone that can mitigate / remove said demon. And one of the ways to remove the demon, okay, one of the ways to remove the demon or demons off of people, all right, is by having that harp, okay, the soothing sounds of a harp, all right. And that's what it's for us. It's a lot easier. We don't need someone that can play the harp. We can just get the go on YouTube, type in harp music, all right? And I had done a lesson on this multiple times, okay, talking about it, okay, because I cannot stress this enough how important this is, all right? Because I literally just experienced it myself, and as someone who's gone through it, all right, and put it to practice, I wasn't a hypocrite in that moment, and I was able to, because the thing is, I was about to, what I was going to do, instead of listening to harp music, I was going to go play video games to try to take my mind off of it. But then, the Lord guided me, guided me to let's not do that. Let me put on the harp music, all right? And lo and behold, on that very hour, I got better. The Lord lifted the demon off of me. All right? The Lord lifted the demon off of me. Okay? That fear that I had started to subside. All right? And then I was able to, get some sleep. I was able to, get through the night. All right? Through the spirit and power of Yahawashi. It was one of the most spiritual, evil things I felt spiritually, honestly. All right, and yet through remembering the Lord, okay, remembering the wisdom and knowledge of the Lord, all right, I was able to make it through. The Lord was able to, remove that spiritual infirmity off of me. These elements, all right? These elements. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, all right? So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, basically, so I'm able to come here today, and say, there was a demon that tried to hop on me, but through the spirit and power and remembering to call on the name of the Lord Yahawah and the name of His Son YAHAWASHI, all right, which are the true names of God, whom the Father, whom the world ignorantly calls God, that's Yahawah, and the Son, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus, that's Yahawashi. All right? All right? So as a result, by using the name of the Lord, Yahawadah, the name of the Lord, Yahawadah, Yahawashi, okay, he was able to remove them, as well as the harp music. I prayed, all right? I prayed, I got the harp music. It was perfect combination, and it got me through that, all right? I definitely heard of other of this one sister that had, whenever she went to sleep, she would like, I don't know, like have some episodes or whatever in her sleep, and like you gotta call on the name of the Lord, pray that He can heal you, all right? Ask the Lord to heal you, which that's all. I'm not talking about. This is not medical information. I'm just saying, in general. I'm not giving any medical advice. That's not what I'm saying. But aside from that, it also reminded me of another lesson a brother had done, where he was talking about these movies. Okay, in these movies, they show these demons that possess people. All right. When these people get possessed by demons, and they say, "Oh, the power of Christ compels you," whatnot. All right, and like it just doesn't work. Okay, or as a matter of fact, the demons get stronger. Okay, and that's what the brother had mentioned. Like these people are not calling on the true names of Yahweh or YAHAWASHI. Okay, the true names of the Father and the Son, right? They're calling on these, fake idols, these fake gods, all right? These, in actuality, demons, all right? And then as a result, you got, of course, like, these demons are even getting more riled up, okay? Because when YAHAWASHI, all right, when YAHAWASHI was going around removing demons from that one lunatic person. Let me get it, as a matter of fact. Matthew chapter 17, verse 15. Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is lunatic and sore vexed. For oft times he falleth into the fire, and oft into the water, and I brought him to thy disciples, and they could not cure him. Then Yahawashi answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me. Verse 18, and Yahawashi rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him, and the child was cured from that very hour. Oh, call him Yahawashi. Okay, that just reminds me a bit more detail on what happened to me last night with the demon. Okay, it wasn't instant. Partially wasn't instantaneous. Okay, it did kind of take like an hour. Like it was within an hour that the demon did leave. So call him Yahawashi. All right, like this is a faith booster for me. All right, the same way that the same way that the Lord Yahawashi was able to remove a demon off of a young man, a boy, whatever. All right, and the demon was removed within an hour. Okay, because I was checking the time. It was like, I believe it was like 3 a.m. for me. Okay, and then I didn't start feeling better until around 3 a.m. still a little after. Okay, I think it was like the start of 3 a.m. then 3:30, 3:40, whatever. Okay, then I tried going to sleep. All right, and it was all because, again, I implemented the wisdom and knowledge that I learned from Yahweh from the scriptures, the word of Yahweh. All right, the word of Yahweh. Okay, this is what we have to be doing. Okay, we have to be not just be a preacher and a teacher, but be a doer as well. It's not enough that we are able to teach and break stuff down. All right, we have to be able to put into practice, okay? Which again, I'm very grateful because, as I said before, I was scared, but through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, I was able to, keep my cool for the most part and do what I needed to get rid of that demon. All right, and that's the thing. We're not gonna. Things are not supposed to be sweet for us. It's not gonna be easy. All right. What does the scripture say about that? Let's get that. Sirach chapter 2 from the top. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Okay, exactly. Take your time. Actually, take a step back, assess the situation. Right? And again, like I said before, things are not going to be easy. The scriptures say, prepare thyself for temptation. Okay, as we are in this truth, things are not going to be smooth sailing, easy or whatever. It's going to be hard. It's going to be challenging. Okay, but we still have to, implement that into our lives. That we still got to fight. We still got to push through. All right. And I'm able to come to you now. Okay, the YAHAWASHI, and nothing bad happened to me, and I'm able to come to you. I'm able to come here now to do a lesson. Not only to do a lesson, but to give a testimony on what had happened to me. All right. So the YAHAWASHI, that's the thing. You can't be taking stuff like this for granted. Okay, you can't be taking this truth for granted. Okay, the Lord gives you, this wisdom and knowledge. He chooses you out of all the people. All right, let me get that as a matter of fact. Bear with me, Slakia. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. All right, and in addition to that, we also have Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, and the third shall be left therein. All right. So, on top of the fact that the Lord chose only Israel, all right, he also chose 1/3 out of Israel. Okay. As it says, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, and 1 part therein shall be left therein. Only 1/3 of Israel. So out of all the people on the earth, he only chose the Israelites. And then out of all the Israelites, okay, from that remaining percentage, all right, he only chose 1/3 of them. So you have to be really, really special, okay, in the eyes of YAHAWASHI in order to be chosen. All right, you can't, and like I said before, you can't take that for granted, okay, especially when the Lord allowed you to be able to understand his word and receive his truth. Okay, so again, you have to implement it. Okay, learn it, implement it. Make it a part of your own wisdom and knowledge. All right, like the same way you would go to school, maybe not Babylonian school, but school to learn something. Okay. and you apply it to regular life or just learning whatever, okay, you apply it to regular life in order to handle problems, handle situations or whatever, it's the same way the Lord is trying to teach you, okay? The Lord's teaching you all this wisdom and knowledge so that when you have to deal with these types of stuff, with these types of problems, okay, when it eventually gets to you, all right, then you know how to handle it, okay? What did the Lord say? Hold on. Bear with me, Slakia. All right, so 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But Yahawadah is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, and will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. Right? So nothing that the Lord puts you through is going to be more than you can take. You're going to be able to handle it. And if not, okay, the Lord's going to give you space to escape. He's going to give you some way to get out of that situation. All right. Through the Spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. All right. So we have all the knowledge. Okay, as we are growing in this truth. Okay, we have all the knowledge. We have to, as we learn it. Okay, taking notes. All right. Practicing it. All right. Just in general. All right. We as we're growing this truth, we make this wisdom and knowledge our own, okay? We learn how to handle the stuff, but the thing is we have to be able to remember, okay, you know what? I remember when I feel like I'm getting wrathful or whatever, I gotta remember, you know what? This person is just making me angry, as another brother had done a lesson on this before as well. All right? That's another thing. There's just so much. Salakia, that was weird. But anyway, as I had seen in another brother's lesson, there's just so much that you can learn from watching other brothers' lessons. Not only that, taking in everything. Okay, because maybe some brothers able to see some things that you can't. All right. Or be able to break some stuff down better than you can in one way or another. All right, you never know, but you still gotta push for it. Okay, push for it, do better. Get through the Spirit, power, YAHAWASHI. All right, and the thing is, looking at how things are now, we rejoice in these end times, okay? Because if you aren't able to handle these rehearsals, quote unquote rehearsals, all right, how are you going to do when the real temptation comes? Okay, the temptation of the MOTB, all right. Just as we were tempted with the jab situation, all right. Just as we were tempted with the jab situation, all right, and there were people, apparently Israelites, that had taken it, okay, and regretted it after, as well as there were Babylonians that had taken it and regretted it, okay? But again, like, because of all this whole, oh, I was scared, I need this thing, they're giving me money, this, that, and the third, or whatever, they're giving some incentives, or I need to keep my job, whatever, like, no. You trust that the Lord's gonna take care of you, provide for you in your time of trouble, all right? How are you gonna forget about the Lord, forget about the Lord when stuff happens, all right? How are you gonna tell someone, be faithful, all right? But then you ain't got no faith yourself, all right? Again, that's being a hypocrite. Okay, don't go preaching something that you can't practice yourself, all right? That's why we're striving for perfection. We strive to be blameless, all right? So that when it comes time, to tell people about something, you can't say, oh, don't take the what's it called, and then you can say, oh, look, I didn't take it, I'm fine. All right, you can be an example. Just as YAHAWASHI being the perfect example was for us. Okay, you have to be an example for other people too. You can't be saying, don't do this, but then you're going to go around and do the exact same thing you're preaching people not to do. All right? That's hypocritical. All right? And again, like I said, if you're folding to these rehearsals, then I don't know what to tell you, okay? And another thing is just, stay out of your mind your own business a lot at times, all right? You can't be concerning yourselves with other people's, with other nations' slaughter, with other nations' problems, all right? You can't be taking this as an opportunity. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make myself look good or whatever. I'm gonna make myself this or that. All right. The Lord didn't send us out there for that. Okay. There's gonna be a time that comes for us to be able to do and execute judgment. But now it's not the time. All right. Another thing. What's it called? You gotta watch out for these false prophets, okay? You got IUIC. You got IUIC that's telling people, okay, that Esau is going to rise up after 100 years, 1,000 years of being enslaved. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, it doesn't make any sense because what does the scripture say? Let me get that. Micah chapter 4, from the top. But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow unto it. And many nations shall come and say, come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, and to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways. And we will walk in his paths, and for the law shall go forth of Zion, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. Verse 3. And he shall judge among many people, and rebuke strong nations afar off, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up a sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Alright? So when the kingdom of Yahawah, okay, when YAHAWASHI is, when the nation of Israel is established at the top of all the nations, okay, the top government in the world, ruled by YAHAWASHI, all right. Slakia. When YAHAWASHI is ruling, Slakia. When YAHAWASHI is ruling, then and Israel's on top again, then we're not gonna know about war anymore. there's not going to be any more war. We're not going to be able to go to war because that would make the Lord a liar. Okay? Does that mean that the number one, the Lord lied, his prophecy is not going to come to pass? Like, it's a complete, it doesn't make any sense. All right? In addition to that, okay, let me get this. Proverbs 29, verse 2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Verse 3, whoso loveth wisdom rejoices his father. Okay, just verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Okay, so because the wicked are in authority right now, people are mourning. Okay, you got people complaining about, free Palestine and all this stuff like that. You got wars that are going on now. Okay. What else? Just poverty. Okay. People suffering to such an egregious degree. All right. These wicked people, these wicked Edomites, they don't know how to rule. They don't know how to rule properly. Okay. Everything that they do is wicked. They breed wickedness. Okay, they bring fruit of the wicked. All right. How can a wicked bear good fruit? All right. So as a result, all right, we need the righteous to be in authority. And who's more righteous than Yahawashi to be in authority? Okay, no one can. Well, they might complain about the slavery. Overall, the world will be proper. The world will be right. All right. The world will be, fixed through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI and Yahawashi. All right. Everyone. Not just the Israelites are going to be rejoicing because we won't have to be dealing with the oppression that we have to go through now, but also these other nations are also going to be rejoicing, all right? Because they're sick and tired. You got Slakia. One thing I heard not too long ago, in a specific example in FGC, Saudi Arabia, I believe, they wanted to make Saudi Arabia, the central place, the central country for fighting game tournaments, like video games and fighting games and whatnot. All right, and they were saying like, yeah, we want everyone to come here and come over here and play over here for the tournaments. Okay, and then a whole bunch of people, Babylonians, were saying, oh no, we don't want Saudi Arabia to be the place for it because it's illegal to practice alphabetism over there. All right, so over there so some people were saying, oh yeah, but I still need to go because I still need to get that bread and whatnot, and then people were saying we have to boycott it because they don't allow, because their government says that you could be arrested just for showing, signs of alphabetism, right? Just for showing signs of alphabetism or doing any type of alphabet act, in public, okay? So as a result, that just goes to show that you got these countries, these countries that are not with Esau's agenda, and that are not with Babylonian, the Babylonian doctrine, all right? As a result, they need a righteous ruler. Okay, they need to be under a righteous ruler, which is YAHAWASHI. All right, when YAHAWASHI, returns, he's gonna rule. All right. Slakia. Slakia. Anyway, as I was saying, so yeah, you got these other countries, these other nations that are fed up with Esau, or fed up with Babylon, okay? Especially Palestine, because they're also fed up with Slakia. They're also fed up with with the Israelis, the so-called Israelis, all right? Slakia, I guess I'm a bit sick. I've been sick. Anyway, as I was saying, the Palestine and Hamas situation, all right? You got them that's fed up with Esau, Edom as well, okay? You got the news that's painting out Palestine to be evil as hell. Okay, we got a bunch of people talking about that, talking about, oh, Palestine's savages, this, that, and the third. But then you also got people that are starting to learn the truth, all right? Learn the truth that the so-called Jays are the one that are wicked. The so-called Jays are the one that are starting stuff, all right? And giving one side of the story, okay? Which that's another thing. Let me get that as a matter of fact. Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 17, ye shall not respect persons in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of man, for the judgment is Yahweh's. And the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it. Okay? So, that's the thing. We have to be able to hear both sides of the story, and then make a judgment after, from there, after hearing both sides. And that's the thing a lot of people do. And this is not just for Babylonians, but people all around the world. Okay, they don't want to hear both sides of the story. They only want to take one side and then run with it, and then either hope that they're right or be clowned or look like clowns after they're proven that the conclusion that they came to from the one side that they heard was dead wrong, right? When the perspective that they heard, okay, was just wrong, okay? Like you have to be wise in this, okay? And then on top of that, when it gets to be something that's too hard for you to be able to handle, all right? What's something that you can't handle, then you gotta take it up with the Lord. Ask the Lord for guidance. Ask the Lord to handle the situation for you. Okay? Like that's the thing. You can't be afraid to call on the Lord for anything and everything. Okay? Let me get that as a matter of fact. Where is it? First Peter chapter 5 verse 7. Casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Okay? All your worries, all your doubts, okay, you put on YAHAWASHI and YAHAWASHI, okay? Because he cares for you. He wants what's best for you. He wants to help you out. He wants to make things better for us, okay? His elect, okay? When things get, we're not able to do everything, okay? We're not gods yet, all right? Well, we are gods, but you know, we're not all powerful. We don't have the power yet, okay? And even with Slakia, let me rephrase that. Our power is Yahweh, all right? As we call him our power, okay? He is the source of everything. He is the reason why we're able to make it. We're able to survive, you know, 400 years of slave and all this stuff like that. All right, he's the reason why we're able to make miracles happen. Okay, whenever something that seems impossible happens, okay, the Lord is able to flip it around. Okay, through the spirit of YAHAWASHI and His. Have you ever had an impossible situation happen to you where like you just felt like this should not have happened, but it was good, right? That's the Lord that's working for you, all right? It's the Lord that's protecting you, okay? It's the Lord that cares about you, all right? You gotta be grateful for the Lord, not sticking his neck out, but doing a little extra something just for you. Think about how special you have to be in his eyes for him to want to do something like that for you. All right, man. Like, call on YAHAWASHI and His. So like, I can't be grateful enough for all that the Lord has done, and you should too. Actually, take the time to reflect about all the good that the Lord has done for you. All right, but aside from that, what else? I was talking about Slakia. Basically, all right. Basically, when things get to be too tough, the Lord. Well, number one, the Lord's not gonna put things that's too much for us to handle. If we can handle it, then we're going to be able to handle it. And if not, then the Lord is going to take care of us. All right? And again, having faith in the Lord that he will take care of us. In addition to that, let me also get this. Jeremiah, I believe it's chapter 10. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Okay? So when stuff is going down, okay, as you see, what's it called? All these, I actually was going to watch a lesson that the brother had done. I forgot to watch it. I didn't get a chance to. But anyway, as we see more and more prophecies coming to pass, with the economy collapsing, potential war with Russia, okay, the Palestine and Hamas situation, all this stuff, okay, yeah, your average person would say, oh yeah, that's so terrible. I hope it doesn't come over here. But over here with the prophets or the people the Israelites that are in the know, we say we hope that it comes here sooner rather than later. All right. We hope that it comes here sooner rather than later, because we know that this is prophecy that needs to come to pass for us to be delivered. All right. And as I said before, we rejoice with all the good news of the end of Babylon, all right? And the signs of heaven, the signs of Yahawashi's coming, we rejoice because we know that it all has to happen. It all has to happen in order for us to be delivered. It all has to happen in order for Yahawashi to rule. It all has to happen in order for us in order for our suffering to end. All right. And this is what we look forward to. And this is what we pray for all the time. Hastening the day of our deliverance, hastening the day of Yahawashi's return. All right. And with that, I hope this was edifying. Slakia, kind of getting a Slakia. I hope this. With that, I hope this was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahawah, Hashem Yahawashi, Hashem the honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, DTA Bal and Shalom.